Today I'm going to show you how to install Windows 10 for free on your PC. This works as long as you have Windows 7 or Windows 8, and basically if you have the Windows 8 Pro, then it will upgrade to Windows 10 Pro, or if you had Windows 7 Home Premium, then it's going to update to the home version of Windows 10. The first thing, very first thing, is that this upgrade, it should go fine and it shouldn't delete any of your programs or any of your data or anything. But back up your stuff, please, because you never know what will happen when upgrading or reinstalling an operating system. You never know what can happen. So please update it, back up all of your photos, everything that would be important to you, everything that you couldn't stand losing. Just because I'm sure out of these millions of installs that are happening with Windows 10, a few are going to go wrong, and it could be you. So for the upgrade, really, if you have this little symbol down in your right-hand corner, then you can just basically click on it, hit upgrade now, and then the process should be really simple, but I'll go through it at the end of this video. But as long as you have that, then your life should be pretty good right now. It goes pretty simply. If you don't have this symbol, then it gets a bit more annoying. So first thing to do is check if you actually have an operating system that works with Windows 10, like that they give you the free upgrade. So to do that, you have to go to your properties for your computer. So if you go to Start, and then right click on this PC or my computer, and then go to Properties, it will tell you right up here what version of Windows you have. So I have Windows 8.1 Pro, which means that I'm going to upgrade to Windows 10 Pro when I do this, where if you had Windows 7 Home Premium, you would update to Windows 10 Home. And as long as you have Windows 8 or Windows 7, this goes fine. But except for the Windows 8 RT, which is only a version of the operating system that came on tablets, so it's pretty much guaranteed you don't have it. So as long as it just says Windows 8 or 7 here, then you should be fine. But something to know about Windows 8 is that you have to be on Windows 8.1 before you'll get this. And then even after having Windows 8.1, you need to install a whole bunch of updates to get here. So if you don't have this and you have the correct operating system, then it's definitely because of Windows updates. So you need to install quite a few Windows updates before you'll get the option to do this. So if you go to your control panel, and you go down to your Windows Update settings, then you can check here for updates if you don't have updates to automatically install, or you can change your settings to automatically update them. But if this is a fresh copy of Windows 8, or if you have turned off Windows Updates a long time ago, you might have to install, honestly, a lot of updates. This was a fresh install of Windows 8, and so I had to upgrade it to Windows 8.1 and then install a whole bunch of updates before this appeared. It was about 6 rounds of restarts, so depending on where your updates are, it could take a really long time to do this. The whole process, honestly, for me took about 4 days, just so I could get it to this point to do this video for you guys. So it could take a long time. And even after the last update is installed, it took me 3 days before the Get Windows 10 appeared, even after the correct updates were installed. So be a little bit patient. The big thing is that there's a certain update that you need. So if you go down to the Installed Updates option down here, then if you do a search, it's actually for this update right here. So this is the important one that actually gets you this option. So it's called KB2919355. So you can search that in your installed updates to make sure you actually have it. So if you search KB2919355, if nothing pops up here in your installed updates, that's your problem, is that you don't have that update installed and you need it before this will show up. So I have it, so that's why I got this, but it took me 3 days since this was installed for this to pop up. So just be a little bit patient. As long as you've installed that, then you should be good to go. If after waiting a few days after installing this update, or if for some reason this update's just not working, something's wonky with the computer, I'm going to do a separate video on how to install the operating system from the ISO image, the upgrade from there, because you can download that from the Windows 10, from the Windows website pretty easily. But that's a bit more of a process, so I'll do that in a separate video. So as long as you have installed all of this, you have the correct operating system, whatever, after a while this will pop up, and then you can just go through the upgrade options. So if I just hit upgrade now, you have to know that this is a pretty big file. It's about 4 gigabytes. So depending on your internet, it could take anywhere from a couple hours to several days to download. So like you can just choose, okay, let's continue here. And what this is actually doing is it's upgrading your actual operating system, but also your key. So if you go back to your properties, you're going to see down here that it says Windows is activated. What this is doing is it's actually changing this license that you have to be a Windows 10 license instead of Windows 7 or Windows 8. So it will be licensed forever. It will always be free. You never have to pay any money or anything. Like, until the end of time, you'll never have to pay for this. So let's see where it is. It looks like it's installing updates, which I'm guessing means that it's actually downloading Windows 10 right now, which, like I said, yeah, so now it's actually downloading Windows 10. This can take a really long time. So I'll probably stop the video here. If anything important happens after this point that you would need some user interaction that might be a little confusing, I'll continue the video there. So at this point, the download has finished, and I have backed up all of my data, so I'm not scared about losing anything. So I'll just show you the last few steps. Just make sure before you go past this point that you've backed up all your stuff. So if you just hit accept here, then it will actually do this preparing for upgrade, but it's already downloaded the operating system. So now it's going to do a few last little things before it's going to shut down your computer, and that actual installation process after it's shut down your computer will probably take somewhere in the range of 45 minutes to an hour, depending on your computer speed and a few other factors. But you can't really use it while you're doing that, so just be prepared to have your computer down for a little bit while that's happening. So it's going to give you this option for if you want to schedule it for later, so you can choose like to have it installed like 1 in the morning, or if you just want to start the upgrade right now. So I'm going to start it right now. So as you can see, now I'm in Windows 10. I tried to show in the video what would happen after I hit the Upgrade Now option when I was still in Windows 8, but what it does is it immediately restarts and starts installing Windows 10. So just make sure if you have any backups to do or anything, you do it before you actually hit the Upgrade Now option, because you won't have the chance to do anything after that. I can show you right here that my license came through just fine. So if I go to my computer's properties, you can see that I'm now licensed for Windows 10 Pro, and it's activated. I didn't lose any of my data or any of my programs. Like, I didn't even have to reconfigure anything. My screen recorder that I was using in Windows 8 is working fine in Windows 10. My Wi-Fi is still working fine. All the drivers got installed. So basically, everything is working great. It took about 45 minutes total for the install, and it rebooted 3 times. And now it's completely good to go. So that's pretty much all there is to it.